The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Zobu, zobu, reigning by master.
You see how they're messing them? Do you see how disgraceful?
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Zobu, zobu,
we are live and we are direct. You may not like it and quite frankly, if you like it or if you don't like it, it doesn't we are live and we are
But there is one. But there is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you, that they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be. until Biafra comes and beyond to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. They will buy some of you over. The spirit of Oba Biasika and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we're doing. You can't. You cannot. Not in a trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwuokike Abiama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora Eri, the same God of Owe Eri, the same God of Arochukwu. Not to be nobody, the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these neo-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life, and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move. Are defending him. Fulani people are defending him. But are defending him. Fulani people are defending him. But you idiots from the south, from the east, you are talking rubbish about your one Nigeria. Whereas a terrorist, a killer, a murderer is in government as a minister. His own people are the people defending him. But you are in the south attacking those who are fighting for your freedom. And you're telling me that your brains are normal. Maybe that's your one Nigeria. Whereas a terrorist, a killer, a murderer is in government as a minister. His own people are the people defending him. But you are in the south attacking those who are fighting for your freedom. And you're telling me that your brains are normal. Maybe there's something in Suya, maybe in Kilishi, and in that cattle that they give to us to eat. There must be something fundamentally wrong with us as a people. Fundamentally wrong with us as a people. And we must confront it. And confront it we shall. These people lecturing us about no secession. You're destroying the country. You people, you Fulani idiots, you Fulani bigots, you Fulani impostors, you Fulani vagabonds are the same people that welcomed the rehabilitation of terrorists. You granted bandits, killers, murderers, and kidnappers amnesty. I want Obia not to listen. I want Tripas to listen. I want Tripas, this idiot, Sarikin Fulani of Imo State, Hope Usadema to listen very, very carefully. You people are fools because you cannot listen very well. The same people you're fighting for, killing your own people because of them, they are the ones rehabilitating, so they claim, putting the army that we have today. Somebody might come and say, you have given the order that the police and the army should be attacked. All those idiots. Some of you fools who cannot reason. We are not attacking any police. We are attacking the terrorists that they brought into the police and into the army. They are the ones killing our people. We must defend ourselves. You fools cannot reason very well. We are not fighting any standing or legally, properly constituted army or police. These are the same Fulani terrorists, murderers and killers. The same people that went in in Damatru or wherever it is, killing and slaughtering Christians in droves. You fools that cannot reason. The same Boko Haram that has been killing, the same Fulani terrorists have been killing people. They are the ones now in the army. Did you not see them? Recruit them into the army? You're telling me we shouldn't fight them? These are terrorists in police uniform and army uniform. You're saying we should not fight them? Is that what you're saying? Are you that foolish? Are you that stupid? This same Fulani pontificating about peace and unity and anti-secession or whatever garbage that they are pouring out of their useless, stinking Janjaweed mouths. These same idiots, these same fools are the ones that rehabilitated Boko Haram. So they claim. These fools are the ones that granted amnesty to bandits. Now, let me surprise all of you. Surprise, surprise. Those that are giving amnesty to are Fulani terrorists, Fulani bandits, Fulani kidnappers, Fulani headsmen who are murderers and land-grabbing urchins. These are the people that are giving amnesty to. You people should reason. You zoo animals called Nigerians, reason for once. The hypocrisy in Fulani, their hypocrisy is astonishing. Hypocrites. Fulani, who is responsible for the state of almost anarchy in the zoo, who is responsible for the hopelessness of the security framework of the zoo, Fulani, who is responsible for insecurity, Fulani, who are the bandits, Fulani, who are the terrorists in the zoo, Fulani, which people are going about slaughtering and taking over other people's farmlands. It is you. You people are the problem. Unfortunately, some idiots from the south cannot see it. You wanted to show us that you know how to write grammar, writing rubbish about one Nigeria. You are defending something that is indefensible. Indefensible, you fools. Some smelly rats, some smelly garbage, gutter, alamajiri, gutter. The lowest of the low. If it's one of those of their fools talking, I will even understand. From the gutter. Not contributed one single thing to the advancement of the zoo. Not one single contribution has the Fulani ever made. Tell me one national contribution that the Fulani has ever made to the advancement of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Just name one thing, absolutely nothing. They want power. Power and control of oil and gas. That's all they need. That's all they want. So they can run your lives for you and control your destiny. And you're not ashamed of yourself to claim that you're educated. And I'm telling Biafrans tonight that we are effectively on our own. We have been given two choices by the United Kingdom, the slave masters and the colonizers. The UK have given us only two alternatives. And I call it the devil's alternative, of course. We either submit to the will of their puppets, the Islamic Caliphate, or we will be wiped out from the face of this very earth. The question you must ask yourself tonight as a Biafran, as a Southerner is, do you want to be a slave to the Fulani Caliphate, or do you want to die on your feet? Live for 1,000 years on your knees, as most of them are doing without even knowing it, or you die on your feet. The devil's alternative. Whichever option we choose, men are going to die. Which one do you prefer? Are we going to fight and die like men? Or are we going to submit to a life of Allahu Akbar? It's entirely up to you. The time is now because the enemies, they have come. I didn't say they are coming, they have not come into our land. And as I promised them, if God is on our side, which I know He is on our side, this army of Nigeria will die in Biafra land. That is how God intended it to happen. Many of us are going to die. And I'll be leading it myself, mind you. Many of us are going to die. But Biafra is going to come. And everything called Nigeria will perish in Biafra land. The world must be prepared for what is to come. We are not going to be slaves in our land. I want to let Katrina Lang, the UK government, to understand this. That we have chosen the path of death than to submit to the will of the Fulani Caliphate. Death is better for us. People are dying every day. They're not human beings. People are dying every day. Are we better than them? Those who are dying, are we better than them? We must develop the mindset of the Afghanis. In Afghanistan, that is why Afghanistan cannot be taken. It doesn't matter the firepower you have. NATO is in Afghanistan. They're taking Afghanistan. The answer is no. You are coming to kill us, but we are also going to die together in the land of Biafra. Let anybody say I did not warn them, because things are going to start happening in the next 14 days. When it starts happening, if Fulefus may talk and yap and write their rubbish. But now that the Fulanis are kidnapping our people, disappearing us, killing people in truckloads, nobody's talking. We must make our land impregnable for them. And that will involve a lot of destruction. I'm saying it live on air so that all of you will understand. To slow the advance down, we need to destroy a lot of things. We must destroy a lot of things. That is how all of you will come to your senses to understand that we are in a state of war. They want to circle us.
spilling of blood will count our privilege. The one that which emboldens the free shall always be a flag of liberty.
onye nyere iwu si anyị wee dobe ya, onye si na agata anyị ahụhụ ma ọ bụ na anyị fee arụsị, anyị wee na-efe arụsị, iwe were iwe gị na ọnụma gị wee bịa leta anyị, ụmụ anyị wee na-anwụsị, ụfọdụ nọ n'ụzọ ije ha anaghị alọta ụlọ ọzọ, nne na nna wee na-ata ahụhụ, wee na-ata ikikere eze, nwaanyị kunie ka ọ gaa ubi gaa rụọ ọrụ, Fulani chiri ehi bata ebe ala gị n'ime n'iyi, okwu ebepụ ya isi, anyị bụ ka anyị kpọkụ onye nwe anyị n'ugwu Awụsa ahụ ejide anyị wee gbuo ihe ọbụla anyị mara aka n'ime ha si maka ha gaa n'ihu. Elekwa ọdụ ụgbọ mmiri n'igwe ọcha bụ ememiri agha nke dị na Kalaba otu aka ahụ, anyị na-ala nsọ ebe Biafra bụ ndị kọstọm sokwenye anyị n'etiti anyị anọghị n'ime mmiri kama kọstọm juru ebe niile, ha wee na-ata anyị ahụhụ, anyị kwuo ekosịpụta anyị ka kpọchie, anyị kwuo ekwasịpụta anyị ka gbagbuo anyị. Onye nwe anyị na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe ọ bụ ụzọ dị anya ka isi wee hụ ndị iro anyị n'anya wee karịa ndị nke gị. Akwa anyị bụ ụmụ Chineke, akwa ọba aha anyị ka anyị na-aza, akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza ike Chukwu, akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza amara Chineke, akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza Chisom, akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza Chizọba, nna nke dị nsọ, onye ime eluigwe dịka otu onye iro bi na anyị bụ ụmụ gị. Bịa ka iwe zọpụta anyị, bịa ka iwe napụta anyị n'aka ajọ ihe, bịa ka iwe lụrụ anyị ọgụ, bịa ka iwe tịtụ ozu. Ọ bụ oke ụwa mgbe e milere Goliat, Chineke nna nke igwe wee memiri Fero, sikwa otu a mee ka Fero bụ ọgụzọ n'ihu ụmụ ndị IPOB ka o wee taa akwụkwọ iguni ọtọ ọzọ. Ị ga na-edu anyị n'ụzọ niile nke ezi omume. Ọ bụla adịghị na anyị na-aga ndagwurugwu onyinye ọnwụ, ọ bụ gị nwa bụ ekekere n'igwe n'ụwa, onye ọbụla kere gị nweghị mmalite nweghị ọgwụgwụ, kama anyị onwe anyị bụ anọkwa ahụ ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ n'ezie, kama mara akọ na okwu gị na-anọgide gị mgbe ebighị ebi. Ọ bụ ya mere anyị ji were gị n'anya isi, anyị wee na-asị nna nke dị nsọ, bịa ka iwe gosi anyị Biafra na ndụ na-abụghị n'ọnwwụ, bịa ka iwe mee ka ebe gị na amara gị wee kpuchiri anyị ka uwe, bịa ka iwe zọpụta ndị nke gị, bịa ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ka anyị na-ewetụta na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'aha gị onye bụ Chukwu nke abịa ma.
Ise. Good evening, fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world. I welcome you this evening to this program here on IPOB Western Cape South Africa Media. This is IPOB Western Cape South Africa Media. Here we speak nothing but the truth. We are without fear or favor. We are fearless before our enemies. We are not here to represent any individual, but to represent and to defend our motherland, Biafra. Is Biafra today, tomorrow, and forever? If you are offended by our resolve, we have no apologies for that. MNK Mazinam Dekano is the leader of IPOB worldwide, and his position is incontestable. IPOB is here to restore Biafra, and we are not going to be swayed until Biafra is restored. Welcome to IPOB South Africa Media, saying it the way it is.
As you are joining us this evening, fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I want you to share the program, like the program, so that those who did not know that we are live may join us. We are live on IPOB Western Cape page, Facebook page. We are live here in in Frank Oyebuchi's Facebook page. We are also live on our YouTube page, Frank O. Oyebuchi, sorry. This is our YouTube page. Join us as we share this gospel of truth to the people of Biafra. I welcome you once again. We are reaching you live from South Africa, Western Cape and Cape Town to be precise. I bring you greeting from my coordinator, Mazino Sentalia, the Western Cape coordinator. And I also bring you greetings from all the coordinators and executive of Western Cape, South Africa. We are here and we go nowhere. We shall fight until Biafra is restored. Here in Western Cape, we believe in nothing but the code of conduct of IPOB, that it must be followed and it must be adhered to. Whether Mazi Amdekano is here, whether he is not here, IPOB code of conduct must be adhered to at all times. So if you are a lover of this wonderful family IPOB and a follower of Mazi Amdekano, this is a time to prove that indeed you are a follower of Mazi Amdekano. You must adhere to the principles of this wonderful struggle. They say IPOB is white and whiter than snow. We are pure without any deceit in us, and we must always prove that we are pure, not only by saying it with our mouths, but by our actions and our inactions. We must always prove and display these qualities that we claim that we are and we have. So I welcome you again, fellow Biafrans, to this program. As I have said before, I want you to please share this program if you join us, and also like this program. It doesn't take you anything to share or like. So you can do that while we continue. I say to you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, depending where you are watching me from this evening. My name is Mazi Oyebuchi. I am the host of this program. And by the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama Premi Henine, I am the Parklands Unit Coordinator. It is a pleasure to serve Biafra in this capacity. So I want you to sit back as we bring to your attention what we have for you this evening. As you already know, fellow Biafrans, Mazi Amdekano said it in the video I just played before now, that we are receiving pressure from all angles. We don't even know who is with us and who is against us, because it seems as if the world is against IPOB and the Biafran people. If you follow the event of the past weeks, you would agree with me that so many revelations has come to bear. The other time, one who claims to be IPOB media warrior in the name of Chubuzo Egwatu, aka Ikenga Uruago, came on the social media to say that he is not
going to support any attack on the security architecture of Nigeria. He said that anything that will attract or that will bring down to Biafran land army people, that he is going to fight against it. In other words, he is going to fight against the struggle. He's going to fight against Biafra. Because me and you, we can testify that the only thing that brings the military down to our land is the agitation for the restoration of Biafra. Without Biafra, you will not see all these criminals, all these terrorists in uniform in our land. So if you said that you will not involve yourself in anything that will bring down the military to our land, that means you are exonerating yourself. You are removing yourself from the equation of the restoration of Biafra. And why do you think that we don't know that before now, that Chibuze Egwuatu, aka Ikenga Uragu, is an agent of the zoo? He is contracted by Ifeanyi Uba. He's in the payroll of those illegal occupiers of our land. That is why he doesn't feel any pain. That is why he said that he commended Mba, governor of Enugu State, for bringing the military into Enugu State to kill Biafrans. That is why he supported anything that will cause damage to this restoration of our nation, Biafra. You will question yourself. The question that is begging for an answer all the time is this: why is our people blind over him? Why are they still recognize him as a freedom fighter or as an IPOB member? Why are they still praising him? And what has he done that will warrant him to be made a coordinator in Johannesburg, South Africa, by DOS? Fellow Biafrans, just a few days ago, in Imo State, we witnessed a very commendable act of Biafran, of people we don't know whether they are known or not, they are not known. But like we always believe, anything that is against Nigeria, we are in support of it. Anything that will destroy the entire terrorist military men of the Nigerian security architecture, we are in support of it. It will interest you to know that that thing that happened in Imo State, the so-called IPOB condemned it, just like Chibuze Egwuatu did. You know, when we say that everything that Chibuze Egwuatu is saying or everything that he is doing, he is being backed up by DOS. They commend him. He is their errand boys. Follow trend. Go and look at it. Whatever Chibuze Egwuatu condemn, DOS is in on it. If Chibuze Egwuatu is attacking somebody, whether he's attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whether he's attacking the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whether he's attacking the late parents of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whether he's attacking IPOB, whatever that Chibuze Egwuatu is doing, DOS is in support, and they always give him support. Go and check it. Go. I am not telling you something that is hidden. This is in public. Now, the so-called IPOB condemned the attack on Nigerian security men in Imo State, where 8 of them, or more than 8 of them, were killed. Now, I want to bring to the screen the news This is from Sahara Reporters. Sahara Reporter reported it. Sahara Reporter said, IPOB condemns bloody attack killing of 8 Nigeria security personnel by gunmen in Imo State. They condemned it, IPOB. But what you should be asking yourself is this: which IPOB condemns it? Which IPOB are they talking about? Is it the same IPOB that I am part of? Are they the one that condemned the killing of these terrorist men in uniform that has occupied our land, killing our people, burning down the houses and businesses of our people, embarrassing our people, kidnapping our people, killing them, and disappearing them? Is it the same security men that these people are talking about? And who is this IPOB that condemned this wonderful, successful killing of terrorists in uniform that has been destroying and terrorizing our people? When I saw this news, I was so confused because IPOB name is attached to it. I am part and parcel of this struggle, and I understand everything about it. I understand the stand and the position of IPOB and the leadership of this great family, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I understand and I follow the trend. I know what IPOB is capable of condemning, but this one is not part of it. IPOB cannot condemn the killings of the terrorist men in uniform. Now, the question that I wanted to ask these people this evening, who has released this news, is one, when the military, these terrorist military men invaded the palace of our leaders' late parents, killing 28 men, who condemns it? Not even one single senator condemns it. No Nigeria personality, whether the elites, condemned it. In fact, Nigerian government is denying, has been denying, and will continue to deny, even when it is in public. Even when the whole world saw it captured on video, several people captured it, but Nigerian government has not deemed it fit. They have not seen any reason to come out and claim responsibility for that act. They keep denying it. Even when the High Court in Abia State, ruled against Nigeria, based on this, they still deny it. Now, when men were killed in Onitsha, when men were killed in Enugu, when men were killed in Aba, when men were alienated in Iguacha, who condemns it? This question I'm asking is going to the so-called IPOB, who has come to condemn the bloody attack and killing of 8 Nigerian security terrorist personnel in Imo State. I want to ask them, who condemns the senseless killing of Biafrans, the massacre of Biafrans in Onitsha, in Anambra State? Who condemns the one in Imo State? The burning of the properties of our parents, the burning of markets of our youths. who has come to condemn it. The rape, the kidnapping, the disappearance of our people, who has come to condemn it? This is the question that I am asking this IPOB men, those men that call themselves IPOB, that condemn the killing of these terrorists. Who condemns the killing of Biafrans in Abia State? Who condemns the killing of Biafrans in Iguacha? Who condemns the killing of Biafrans in Enugu State? That is why I have come to say that these people that call themselves DOS, they are not more part of what we are doing. These men are pro-Nigerians. It is written all over their body. They are pro-Nigerians, and that is why they are defending anything that has to do with Nigeria. The same people went to Kenya to kidnap your leader. He kidnapped they kidnapped Mazem Dekano, subject him under torture, severe torture, for 8 good years, 8 good days, in which at the end of it, they brought him back to Nigeria illegally. And today, after the court of appeal granted him victory, the same Nigeria, the same government, the same people you are defending today, they refused to free Mazem Dekano. Like Mazem Dekano rightly said, the land of Biafra will swallow these people. All of them. All these terrorist men in uniform, they have invaded our land. The land of Biafra will swallow all of them. They will keep dying and dying until all of them are totally wiped out of the surface of the earth. I am ashamed of whoever, of those men that call themselves DOS. I am so ashamed of them. I don't know if they are doing all these things so Nigerian government could accept them back. I don't know their motive. I couldn't see the motive of, the motive trying to, would I say, exonerate themselves or to apologize and cry with Nigeria. They killed our parents. They raped our sisters. The same security men, those same terrorists in uniform that met their end in Biafra land. Our leaders said that the land of Biafra will swallow all of them. They will die, and they will continue to die until they are no more in any part of Biafra land. The land of Biafra, the angels in Biafra land will continue to hunt them. Those men, those so-called IPOB should continue to apologize. They should continue to cry with Nigeria. They should continue to dine with Nigeria. You are trying to make someone who hates you, someone who is killing you, who has killed your parents, and he is coming after you, and you are telling him you are sorry for trying to defend yourself. It is a pity. It is disgraceful. This is one of the worst times to be an IPOB member. This is the worst period to be associated with men that without honor, men without dignity and integrity. This is the worst time to associate with such men of no class, men with lily liver. They apologize to Nigeria. They are trying to play a good boy, a good servant, a good slave. We are trying to draw ourselves out of this slavish life. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in prison today because he spoke the truth. That is why he was kidnapped. Instead of you to focus on how to get him out of that place, instead of you to focus on how to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released, you are sympathizing with the same people who kept him where he is. You are sympathizing with the same people who has come to murder your parents, rape your sisters, disappear your young men, and put you in a state of hopelessness. You are sympathizing with Nigeria, the so-called IPOB, so that Nigerian and their terrorist government will see you as a human being. Never. If you like, listen, Zeke served Nigeria. He came back in shame. Nigeria did not recognize all his efforts, all the effort that Zeke put in place to make Nigeria a better place. All of them. Not Nigeria disappointed him, disgraced him. Zeke died a broken man. Zeke threw away every opportunity to give us freedom because he wanted one Nigeria. The same thing the so-called DOS are doing today, Zeke did it. The current Zeke is doing it again in the person of Peter Obi. Peter Obi is doing it. He said that Biafra died 52 years ago, that it is baseless talking about Biafra. Zeke, the current Zeke, Peter Obi, is doing what Zeke did. And Nigeria is going to happen to him soon. DOS, you are trying to play a good son, a good servant, a happy slave, thinking that Nigeria is going to accept you and start to treat you as one of them. Never. You are a slave, and a slave you shall continue to be. Serve Nigeria and come back in shame. In fact, what happened in Imo State, we want it to be happening on a frequent basis, on a daily basis. Those those terrorists in uniform in our land must leave our land. They must leave our land. The land of Biafra belongs to Biafra. It belongs to Biafrans, not to terrorists, not to occupiers. It is our land. We are not going to allow the enemies of our people, the killers of our people, to have peace in our land. The land of Biafra will open and continue to suck their blood, continue to swallow their blood. The land of Biafra is a burial ground for all those criminals, terrorists in uniform, who has caused to our people nothing but misery. They brought with them anarchy, destruction. They have brought all manner of evil things into our land. And now that Biafrans has woken up, now that we have chosen to die fighting for our freedom, now that we have chosen to stand against our enemies, eyeball, and look them eyeball to eyeball. Somebody who called himself DOS or a powerless has come on social media to write rubbish, has gone to news agency to release a very worthless, stupid, and useless press release. This man has shown in all ramifications that they are not standing with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. because they are like a parallel line with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu believe on, they are against it. And they claim that they are the followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is a pity, it is disgraceful, and this is the worst time to be called an IPOB. But we must continue. So what am I saying? I am trying to say that IPOB did not and will never condemn the calamity that befell those terrorist men. Not yesterday, not today, not tomorrow. We must support anything that can take those terrorist men out of our land. And if they think that we are going to stop agitating for Biafra, they are joking. It's Biafra today, tomorrow, and forever. Biafra means life to us. Biafra means life. To us, Biafra means freedom. To us, Biafra is non-negotiable. There's nothing that we can give to this struggle that is too much. It's not. We are going to fight, and we are going to defend our life and our land and our wives and our parents. We shall continue to defend it. If you like, call yourself DOS. If you like, call yourself Iraq. Whatever you identified with, you are not going to stop us. Biafran people has woken up. Biafran people have resolved to fight for the defense of the land, and nothing can stop it. So IPOB did not condemn anything. IPOB is in support, and we pray and hope that such news will happen on a daily basis. That is our hope.
Got it.
That is
and what
our
happened?
belief.
He kicked the woman away.
And so shall it be.
It's now declared.
I want you to listen to
how
this.
How horrible can our people be? You think someone ever have what it takes to fix Nigerian government? Tomorrow you people will come out and you will begin to shout, oh, the army is killing our people. So when Simon ever declared this, you think Nigeria will not bring the army? You think the governors will not bring army? Can you see the reason why I supported Mba? And some of you started attacking me. Do you now understand it? Can you see the reason I supported what Mba did? And some of you came out to attack me. Oh, why will I say that? How can you advise Mba to bring the army? Do you now understand it? Because never in my whole life will I ever, want the killing of our people. But if you don't want the killing of our people, what will you do? You stop anything that will make army to come. Talk less of killing our people. Do you now understand it? You can't provoke the federal government or the state government and you expect them not to unleash their venom on you. You can't. It is impossible. It is impossible for an ordinary person, just an ordinary Homo sapien who lives in this ordinary, is a thing that lives in Finland. And you are challenging the federal government of Nigeria. You are telling them that they will not drive their car in their own country. You are telling them that there is no car. Look, just take a look at this. What kind of provocation is this? Do you now understand the reason why the current, the man who is piloting the affair of IPOB in the person of Mazi Chikezozi and call them the agent provocateurs. Do you see the way they are provoking the federal government? Do you see the way they are challenging the federal government? And it's not that.
But this is one of the DOS boys, DOS errand boys, one of the mouthpiece of the DOS. He is speaking the mind of DOS. What you saw him say is the mind of the DOS. They are in support of every word that came out of his mouth. He is a very good servant of DOS. He's a tool in the hands of the DOS. They use him to decimate message. They use him to attack those that does not agree with them. This guy you saw here, he said that, why would you do something that will bring the military into our land? And he claimed to be fighting for the freedom of his people. He is unaware that the activities of the Biafra agitators brings the military down, because we ask for our freedom. That is the only reason why they are coming. That is the only reason why they are in our land. That is the only reason why they are killing and raping our people, so that they can intimidate us, so that they can blackmail us. They are trying to blackmail us or intimidate us. That is why they went to Kenya to kidnap our leader. It's out of intimidation, so that we can be, so that probably we can start getting afraid and drop the agitation. That is the reason why the military, the terrorist military, are in our land today. But thank goodness that today, Chukwu Abiyama has raised men, and they are facing them squarely. Nigerian government, you are talking about provocation. Who provoked who first? Nigerian government went to Kenya to kidnap our leader. Is that not enough provocation? You are talking about provoking Nigerian government. Nigerian government went to the palace of our leader's parents, murdered 28 men. They went to Aba, murdered men that are praying. Enugu, the same thing. Iguata, the same thing. Anambra State is the same thing. Imo State is on daily basis. Men are being murdered. Is that not enough provocation? How long shall we endure before we can retaliate? And you are here talking about provoking Nigerian government. You support the military invasion of our land. That is why you said that DOS said that they support Mba. DOS supported Mba for militarizing Biafra land. Yes, the same way they supported Hope Uzodinma for killing our people. Hope Uzodinma turned Imo State to a burial ground, not for the enemies, but for Biafran youth, for Imo State youths, for the youth of Olu, Osumong, and all the territories in Imo State. Hope Uzodinma turned it to a burial ground. You did not call it provocation, but just a simple statement. You remember that there is a word called provocation. DOS, they have been trying to destroy IPOB. But Chukwu Abiyama said, no, DOS, you cannot destroy something that you don't know the foundation. That is why Chukwu Abiyama by himself raised men today who are talking, who are fighting in truth and in spirit, defending the legacy of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They say that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's kidnapping can never give you what they are looking for. But DOS, what did they do? They went and recruited all manner of Iraqs. This one here in South Africa, Chibuze Guatu, aka Ikenguru Agu, he is a government agent. He has come out several times to condemn and speak against anything that will bring Biafra. He don't want anything that will bring military men to our land. So, in other words, he doesn't want the agitation for the restoration of Biafra to continue, so that the military will go. Any day we stop to agitate, the military will leave our land. What does that tell you? It tells you that Chibuze, he's part and parcel of them. But their propaganda will never stop us. It will never be swayed. We will continue to stand our ground. We are not going to go back. Now, I want to show you what another agent of the zoo,
I said
the slave,
that 50-something years
the number one slave of the Fulani people.
But Ojukwu wanted Biafra through confrontation to federal government. And he was not able to achieve it with the amount of money available to him, arising from the father's wealth and other well-meaning Igbo people. 50-something years after, how do you think that that thing that didn't work will now work in a digital age? So it doesn't make sense to any reasonable mind and should not be supported by any reasonable mind.
Did you hear that? The person I just played, let me play it the second time.
I said in many fora,
so that
50-something years ago,
we'll get the point.
Ojukwu wanted Biafra through confrontation to federal government. And he was not able to achieve it with the amount of money available to him, arising from the father's wealth and other well-meaning Igbo people. 50-something years after, how do you think that that thing that didn't work will now work in a digital age? So it doesn't make sense to any reasonable mind and should not be supported by any reasonable mind.
You know, to start with, from his statement here, Hope Uzodinjo, the governor, the administrative governor of Imo, officer of Imo State, indirectly mocked our internal leader, Odumegwu Ojukwu. He mocked Odumegwu Ojukwu's efforts. That is why he made that statement, that he used his father's wealth to fight for Biafra, and he couldn't get it. Now, Hope Uzodinma, in your entire generation, you can never come closer to to be compared with Odumegwu Ojukwu. Odumegwu Ojukwu has done something that you could not dream in your entire miserable life to do. Odumegwu Ojukwu chose to be free. You chose to be a slave. He chose to see his people free. You chose to enslave your people the more. Odumegwu Ojukwu has a great legacy. In fact, until this world ends, as long as Igbo man lives in the surface of this earth, his name, the name of Odumegwu Ojukwu, will always ring bell. It will always be a name to be reckoned with. It will always be a name to be respected. Whether he fought and failed or succeeded. In fact, he succeeded. That is why we are here today. Ojukwu laid the foundation of what we are doing. That is why you, Hope Uzodimma, could not stand what we are doing today. Because you are an enemy. You are on the side of the enemy. The enemy saw or have seen where we are going. They have seen where we are heading to. Without Ojukwu, we will not be doing what we are doing today. Ojukwu gave us the right to do what we are doing today. He gave us the confidence. Ojukwu gave us this morals we have today. Ojukwu did not fail. His legacy lives. You say 50-something years ago. What is 50-something years ago of yesterday? Men that were born 50-something years ago are still very much alive. Today, our leader is how many 56 years. He was born during the war. He's still very much alive, still fighting. And you are talking about 50-something years ago. People fight for their freedom for 200 years. And they keep fighting until they get what we are looking for. Even if this generation that is fighting today could not get it, the next generation will continue to fight. The point is that we are not going to accept to be Nigerians. We are not going to accept to be slaves in our own land. We are not going to allow the enemies of our people to occupy our people, our land, so that they will eliminate our people and take over our land. We are not going to allow it. We are not going to allow people that God created the same way He created us to determine for us how to live, who to call brothers or who to call friends. It is our duty, it is our right to decide who is our friends and who is our enemy. It's our right to decide who to live with and who not to live with. So Britain does not have the right to force us into Nigeria or to become the part of their Nigerian project. We are going to ask our people their opinions. That is why we are calling for referendum. That is why Biafrans are calling. That is why Mazen Kanu said, I want referendum, so that our people could decide who to call brother, who to call friends, who to call associates. So Hope Uzodimma, Ojukwu you mocked or you are mocking is greater than you and your entire generation. Hope Uzodimma, Ojukwu never betrayed Ndi Igbo, not for his entirety of his life. He never betrayed Ndi Igbo. Hope Uzodimma, what is your business today? Your business is the betrayer of Ndi Igbo. You betray Ndi Igbo all the time. You go to Abuja, you betray Ndi Igbo. And you are talking, making mockery of the effort of our internal leader. Let me tell you something. You made a statement that Ojukwu did not succeed in 1967 to 1970, when the world is still in darkness. No talk about, and today, how do you think you are going to succeed when the world has gone digital? And let me tell you something. 1967, 1970 is not 2003. We have evolved. Biafra have evolved. Biafra have come a long way. What Nigeria have, Biafrans have it 10 times. That thing you think that Nigeria has, Biafra have it 10 times. You're talking about 1967. You want to make us to get scared. What does Nigeria have? Does Nigeria have army? Does Nigeria have army? I'm asking Hope Uzodinma. Does Nigeria have the unity to fight? Does Nigeria have it? Nigeria does not have those things. You think Nigeria, okay, in 1967, 1967 to 1970, Nigeria had friends, Britain, and other world powers as friends. Let me see today, Biafrans are also capable of making friends with those people, with those enemies. Biafrans are capable to do it. We are capable to fight. We are capable to defend Biafra any day that Biafra is declared. Don't think this is 2000. I mean, this is 1970. You are telling us of how the world has gone digital. And if we could not succeed then, how do we think we can succeed now? Hope Uzodinma, you are delusional. You are dreaming. You are a dreamer. If you think that 1967, 1970 is the same as 2023. If you think that Nigerian government, the Nigerian terrorists and their British allies and British masters is going to succeed again the second time, you are a joker. If you think that Britain and the Nigerian government can succeed again in killing Biafrans the second time, if you think that it's going to be a walkover, if you think it's going to be an easy task, you are a joker. We have access to government houses. We have access to nations. We have access to presidents. We have access to we have Biafrans all over the world. Not like 1967, where we had nothing outside the world. In 1967, we had very little amount of people of Biafran descent were outside the country. Today, we have our people in millions, not just people, men with dignity, people that speaks to governments of the world. We have them. We have men and women who speak to power, who interact with world powers. We have professionals. We have them both in United States Army, both in United States government, both in all the multinational companies of the world. We have our men, we have our people, Biafrans. And how do you think that Nigeria can be able to do to us the same thing they did to us in 1967 to 1970? This makes me to understand or to know that Hope Uzodinma is a dumb. I know Hope Uzodinma is a dumb. That is why he allowed himself to be used against his people. It's only a dumb person. Only a slave would allow himself to be used against his own people. Hope Uzodinma has proven that he is a very proud slave. 1967, 1970, it's not 2023. Get this into your thick skull. Get it there. Ojukwu did not have international backup because no man outside. He had to send men from Biafra land to go and meet those governments of the world. But today, our people are in the government houses of the world. Our people are everywhere. They can interact. They can strike deals. They can do anything within a twinkle of an eye. Don't think it's going to be easy. So if you are waiting for that time so that you can have a walkover, I am sorry. I know that Nigeria is a dumb place. I know that Nigeria, both the government, both the citizens of Nigeria, all of them are dumb. That is why they don't know, they don't understand that no nation fights civil war twice and still succeed and still stand. You cannot fight civil war twice as a nation and you still remain one. Never and ever. Nigerian government think that everything is about shooting guns, intimidation, just like Hope Uzodinma is trying to display. That is why Nigerian government does not recognize the tool called diplomacy. They don't recognize it. They don't know how to use it. But when you talk, they will tell you, we are educated, we are this, we are that, but they don't know. They think everything is about kill them, destroy them. Where is Mazen Kanu? Get his head in pan for me. Where is Simon Ekpa? Bring him here, cut off his neck. In fact, they want to be controlling just a useless place as Nigeria, a useless country that Nigeria is. Want to control a very reputable government like Finland. They want to tell Finland to repatriate Simon Ekpa to them. They want to give Finland order. That is why their useless senators will sit in their useless red chamber, telling their government to go and repatriate Simon Ekpa. Because they are dumb. They don't understand what international politics entails. Nigerians and their government are dumb. That is why a dead man ruled them for 4 years. They are dumb. That is why a drug dealer, a drug pusher, a fraudster is ruling them today. Because they are dumb. No person, no human being calls himself a Nigerian and still reason properly. Go and check it. Go and interact with those one Nigerianists. You will understand that they are impaired in their brain. Their brain cells are damaged and it's not working. They refuse to think. They refuse to reason. They will be staring at danger and they will not recognize that this is danger. This is danger. That is Nigeria for you. That is why they think that they are going to intimidate us out of Biafran, seeking for Biafra. That is why they think that by going to Kenya to kidnap Mazen Kanu, that they have won the battle. They will have totally silenced Biafran struggle. That is why they think that by intimidating Simon Ekpa and all the men that are still standing, fighting today, that they are going to achieve anything out of it. But they don't know that the more they are towing that path, the more they are making it so very difficult for themselves and making it easy for us. Biafra is here. No amount of intimidation, no amount of kidnapping, no amount of torture, no amount of killing can stop it. It is the Chukwu Okike Abiama have ordained it. And so shall it be. So Hope Uzodinma, you should go back and tell your slave masters, the Janjaweed, the Fulanis, tell them that this, what you said, is the most dumbest thing to say. 2023 is not 1967 to 1970. We have evolved. Biafra have evolved. We are scattered all over the world. We are prepared and we are agitating for our rights. Self-determination is not a crime. It is not a crime. It is recognized by UN and all the government of the world. It is my right to decide how to be governed and who to govern me. It is my right to decide how to live. It is my right. I am a human being. I am not a goat. I am not a cow. I am not an animal. I am a human being. I have rights to self-determination. So, Hope Uzodimma, you cannot intimidate Biafrans into buying that cock and bull story, so that your likes after you will continue to dwell in impunity and thrive in impunity. No. In Biafra, there will be no room for nonsense. And that is why all of you are fighting about it. That is why you see what we are doing as insane, as senseless, and as rubbish. Hope Uzodimma, you think that what we are doing is a joke, that we are not going to be able to achieve it. Watch and see how we get Biafra, and you will not live in it. Hope Uzodimma, you will never live in Biafra. You know it. If Biafra should come tomorrow, you are packing out of there, because if you remain there, the law will catch up with you. You have killed our people. You have maimed our people. You have disgraced our people. You have brought people into our land to rape and disappear our youth. Biafra will be so hard on you. That is why you are not happy. That is why you are doing everything within your power to see that you discourage Biafrans. But let me tell you something. We are not going to sway. We will stand our ground. We are not going to move an inch until Biafra is restored. Thank goodness that today Biafrans has woken up. And we are going to fight the terrorists you are bringing into our land. They are going to kill us. We are going to kill them. As they are killing us, we will be killing them. But we are at more advantage because we are in our land. We know all the terrains. We know it. We know every nook and crannies of our land. We are going to deal with them. Biafrans has risen up to take arms against an Nigerian terrorist government. Mazi Amekano said, we are not fighting for legally constituted army. We are fighting against terrorists, Boko Haram people, whom Nigerian government has brought and put them in Nigerian military and brought them into our land to continue to kill our people, to continue to rape our men, to continue to rape our women and continue to disappear our men. Today, Chukwu Okiabiama has given us the grace to stand up and fight in our own defense. And we shall fight to defend our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, our wives, and all the people that may depend on us. We're not going to step back an inch. You think 1967 is war? This 2023 is going to be brutal. Mazi Amekano said that everything that is in the zoo will burn. You think it's a joke? Do you think it's a joke? You kept Mazi Amekano in dungeon. Is Biafra not going on? Is the agitation not going on? Is it not heating up? Are you not feeling the heat? Don't think that by kidnapping and keeping Mazi Amekano that you have finally quenched the fire that is burning in us. The fire that is burning in us is unquenchable. Even death could not quench it, because the spirit is contagious. Immediately you neutralize one, the spirit leaves the body and enters another. So don't think that we have one Mazi Amekano. We have over 70 million Mazi Amekano who are waiting for the opportunity to shine. You see what is happening today? Simon Ekpa, did you know that Simon Ekpa is there? Is it not because you kidnapped Mazi Amekano that Simon Ekpa came out? there are thousands, I mean millions of Simon Ekpa also waiting for an opportunity to shine. So it is not about silencing those or neutralizing those who is coming out to speak. After you silenced Owazurike, did you foresaw Mazen Kanu coming? No, you did not. That is how it is. The agitation for the restoration of them is contagious. It's contagious. We cannot control it. The hunger for freedom is very powerful, is very compelling. You cannot stop it, you cannot quench it until you give that which is required. That is freedom. Freedom is only thing that can quench the thirst for freedom. Not barrels of gun, not death, not kidnapping, not torture, not blackmailing, not propaganda, not intimidation. None of this can stop it. These are tools that will make it to go higher. Biafra is not an ordinary thing. Biafra is a spirit. Men are being possessed. Nigeria did not want us. Why do you want us to remain slaves? We said, you don't want us. Yes, we know. We realize you don't want us because we have done everything within our power to integrate, to associate, to coexist with you. Each time you push us away. Each time you naked us. Each time you kill us. Each time you disgrace us. Each time you use us. Now we said, okay, it is now obvious and plain to everyone that you don't want us. Now, please, we want to go and live on our own. You said no. Who does that? Who does that? And you think that you can eat your cake and have it? You can't eat your cake and have it. After killing, after starving our children to death, millions of them, you think that we're going to be peaceful with you? You think that we're going to be happy with you? You think you have not come out, Nigerian government has never come out to apologize to Biafrans for starving their children to death. Millions of them, over 3 million children died of hunger and starvation. Nigerian government has not come out to do what? To apologize. They swept it under the carpet. They hid this history from their people. They removed history from their schools so that it will not, this disgraceful act could not be told in their schools, in their histories, in their school. Thinking that by doing that, probably magically that is going to die off. No, never. We will never forget. We will never forget the massacre in Asaba. We will never forget the starvation of our people. We will never forget. We will never forget the rape. We will never forget the kidnapping of our leader. We will never forget. These are the things that gives us courage to continue to fight. These are the things that gives us courage to continue to believe. These are the things that gives us courage to remain resolute. And as long as the day breaks and day darks and night comes, we shall continue to seek for the restoration of Biafra until we get it. So, you should go back and tell those Fulanis who sent you into our land to discourage us that we are not buying it. Tell them that these people are not buying it. They are not buying it. So they should look for something else to say or something else to do. But whatever they are prepared or they are bringing to us, we are equal to the task. We are here to defend our land. It is not, no government of the world will support what Nigeria is doing to us. Nobody, no human being, even our enemy cannot come out in public. Yes, we know Britain is our enemy, but Britain cannot come out in public to say, yes, what Nigeria is doing in Biafra land is the right thing. No, they can't. That is how it is. They may support you, push you, go and do more in secret, but when it's time to make things public, they are going to deny you. They're going to deny Nigeria. You can't keep killing people who did nothing to you. You can't keep hating people for nothing. We shall continue to fight. And by the way, I want to use this opportunity to ask Nigerian government and their president to be precise. Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Each time we make this call, we are not making this call for you to do us any favor. No. It's not for you to do us any favor. No. We are not begging you to help us. No. All we are doing, or all we are trying to do in this regard, is that you may do the right thing. What is the right thing? The right thing is to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS dungeon is not enough to make him to give up. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is determined, and we, his followers, are also determined. You cannot, by keeping him in the DSS dungeon, stop the agitation. The right thing for you to do is to negotiate with him. But before you negotiate with him, you must free him. You must free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because he committed no crime. There is no charges on him. And you can't continue to keep him incommunicado. That is not good. That is not the right thing to do. That is crime against humanity. That is human rights abuse. You cannot put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in detention. He cannot serve a sentence that is not there. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not have anything that is keeping him in DSS dungeon. The only person that is keeping him in DSS dungeon is Ahmed Bola Tinubu, the president of the zoo called Nigeria. He's the one keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS dungeon. What did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do? Why are you keeping him there? What is the charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that that warranted him to be kept in the DSS dungeon? So I am using this opportunity to call on the Nigerian president, in the person of Ahmed Bola Tinubu, to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. Release him unconditionally as the Court of Appeal commanded. We are waiting for the Supreme Court, not because it is the right thing to do. If you can release him today, it is good. Do the right thing so that posterity will always be on your side. Whether you release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by willingly or unwillingly, the point is that you must release him. You can't keep him there for long. Not anymore. You cannot continue to keep him there. The time is ticking. The time is running out. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before it is too late. Release him unconditionally. We are not asking him to grant him bail. You can't grant him bail because there is nothing. There is no charges. There is no case. I don't know what Supreme Court is trying to do, that they are telling us to wait. Okay, we are waiting. But whatever it is, the right thing to do is to now release him right now. Call your slaves, those men in the DSS, tell them, free that man, let him go home now. This is the right thing to do. Because you are not going to win this battle. You can never. Buhari did not win. Buhari tried everything. He didn't win. How do you think that you, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who did not know, who does not know where the whole, how it is started, you did not kidnap Mazen Kanu, but you inherited the kidnap, and you refuse to do the right thing. You don't want to do the right thing. You did not kidnap Mazen Kanu. Is that not so? Yes, that is the truth. But you inherited it from someone who did it. Instead of you to exonerate yourself, instead of you to do the right thing, thank God, thank Chukwu Okabiama, that the court, before you came in, has released him. They have granted him freedom. That is a great opportunity for you to say, okay, let the rulings of the court prevail. You refuse. Stubbornly, you left Mazen Kanu there in the DSS dungeon, thinking that by so doing, something may come out on your favor. Let me tell you something. It can never favor Nigeria. You cannot kidnap a man and you want to get justice against that man. Mazen Kanu was kidnapped. After kidnapping Mazen Kanu, Nigerian government renditioned him back to Nigeria. Illegal rendition. Extraordinary rendition. And today, after looking at it, into it critically, the Court of Appeal ruled that Mazen Kanu is not guilty. He should be left alone, allowed to walk, allowed to go home. Did Nigerian government obey that order? The answer is no. Today, we are still asking, we are still calling, we are still raising our voices, asking the Nigerian government to do the right thing. Release Mazen Kanu. If you want to negotiate with him when you release him. You cannot put a man under chains and you want to negotiate with that same man. No, it is not done. That is under duress. You cannot negotiate with a man under duress. No. You must set him free, then negotiate with him. That is the right thing to do. Let Mazen Kanu go. Those who are walking up and down the lives of Iwanya, you know, these men, they will pretend as if they don't know the reason why there is problem in our land. When you hear them talking about sit at home, money at home, and other sit at homes and other stuff, you think that they are aliens to the problem of our land, in our land. They understood that the only thing that will solve these problems that we are having today in our land is for them to release Mazen Kanu. They knew it. Do you know why they don't want to do it? They don't want to do the right thing because they want our land to be under siege, under threats, security threats. They want to keep pushing their military into our land. That is why you can say, yes, I am Arewa, nobody will look at you. You will say, yes, I am Oduduwa, nobody will look at you second time. But immediately you said, yes, I am a Biafran, they will turn their gun and shoot you. They knew that the reason why there is insecurity in our land today is because Mazen Kanu is being held in the USS dungeon. They knew it. They knew it. But they will come out to pretend. They will come out to tell you how they want to go to Finland to negotiate with someone else. Leaving the person to negotiate with in Nigeria. Iwana who want to lay down his life for Ndibo. But Iwana who knows what to do. He knew where Mazen Nekano is. He knew that the reason why what is happening in our land today is happening is because Mazen Nekano is illegally being held in DSS dungeon. He knew it. He cannot come out boldly, using every opportunity to call for the Nigerian government to do the right thing. He could not assemble his useless Ohaneze to go to Abuja and meet Tinubu, to tell Tinubu to release Mazen Nekano. He will not do that. But he wants to fly all the way to Finland to go and meet someone else. Someone that is not in DSS dungeon. Someone else is not the leader of the Biafran people. What do you want to discuss with him? Someone else is fighting for his leader. Someone else is doing what he's doing because you kept the leader of his leader in the DSS dungeon. Instead of you to going to release the leader, you are going to meet the person who is reacting. That is hypocrisy. Biafrans are asking you that you should release Mazen Nekano. If you want anywhere to go to DSS dungeon. Go there. Go to Asorok. I'm talking to you. If you want anywhere to go to Asorok. If there is anybody you want to meet, go and meet Mazen Nekano in Abuja. Not someone else. Someone else does not have say on this issue. If someone else stop what he's doing today, another person who is more serious will rise and do it. So don't think someone else is the issue or the problem here. No, the problem here is Mazen Nekano that you are keeping in DSS dungeon. You refuse to speak. Iwana Wando Haneze refuse to speak up. They refuse to speak up. Go and meet Tinubu. Be a man. Be a man for once in your life. Go and meet Tinubu. Look Tinubu eyeball to eyeball and tell Tinubu you are indirectly fueling the crisis in Igbo land. Release Mazen Nekano. If you release Mazen Nekano now, those things will stop happening in Igbo land. Mazen Nekano is the only person that can control whatever you see happening today. If Mazen Nekano comes out today, both those who are kidnapping, when you ask them why are you kidnapping, they say because Mazen Nekano is inside, is in the dungeon. Those who are doing all manner of criminality, when you see them, they would use Mazen Nekano as an excuse. Immediately Mazen Nekano is released, all of them will disappear. Try it. If you say you love your people, not by lip service. Put it in action. Put your money where your mouth is. Do one thing rightly once in your life. You are old. How old are you? What are you afraid of? Let Mazen Amechi Mbazurike. He spoke until he closed his eyes to death. That is what you should be doing today. Keep speaking. Call Tinubu, your president, to do the right thing. One wound. When you do something to one, it affects all. When you keep Mazen Nekano in DSS dungeon, you have indirectly imprisoned or detained all the 70 million Biafrans. Not only Mazen Nekano. So the burdens fall on all Biafrans. It falls on us all. This burden is on us. That is why everyone is feeling the heat. That is why today everyone is feeling the heat, because the problem is not only on Mazen Kanu, but on all of us. So if you are serious, the right thing to do is to call for his release. Not going to Finland. Going to Finland to negotiate with a man you have already, I think, is it $500,000? That was what is on his head. The same Ohaneze put on his head $500,000. And today, the same Ohaneze want to negotiate with him. That is the problem with the zoo. They went to Kenya to kidnap Mazen Kanu. Now, they don't know how to handle Mazen Kanu anymore. They don't know whether to release him or not to release him. Now, after bringing out $500,000 on the head of putting $500,000 on the head of Samareba, you have turned around, you want to go and negotiate with him, and you think you are going to succeed. You think that he will allow you to negotiate with him. By the way, what are you negotiating with Samareba? He does not decide for Biafrans. Biafrans decide for themselves. He's just a mouthpiece. He speaks the mouth, the minds of Biafrans. So if you are looking for a leader of the people of Biafra, he is in DSS dungeon. Go there, speak with him. Whatever you agreed with him, that is what Biafrans want. That is it. Nothing more, nothing less. You can't get it anywhere but in DSS dungeon. That is where the leader is. The leader is not in Finland. The leader is in DSS dungeon. It does not take you any flight to go. It just takes you just a drive to DSS dungeon. You go and meet him there. Go to Asorok, meet your president, talk sense into him. Tell him that the right thing to do is to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Only then will you succeed in restoring peace in our land. But as long as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains in DSS dungeon, there will never be peace in the land of Biafra. There will never be peace to you. You will never walk in Biafra land. You will never come back to Biafra land and walk freely. You will remain in Abuja and in Lagos. If you want to come back to your land and to the land of Biafra, go and tell Tinubu to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Don't come here and talk about laying down your life. Who wants your life? How many years do you think you have left? You want to lay it down for what? If you want to lay down your life, go to DSS dungeon. Tell them to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu so you can take over so you can take his place there. Go. That is how to lay down one's life. If you want to lay down your life, go to House of Rock or whichever means. Tell Tinubu, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because he is free, he is innocent. This is how to lay down your life. You don't use your mouth and lay down your life. You lay down your life with your life. So go there, do the right thing, start to speak the truth. When you start speaking the truth to power, that is when you are laying down your life. Because they will feel threatened and may come for you. Go and do this. Then we shall know that you are serious. Until you do that, you are a saboteur. You are an enemy of your own people. You are part and parcel of those who want Biafrans to be annihilated. You don't want us to live because you are feeding fat from our suffering. You are who you are today because you have fed yourself fat with the sufferings of your own people. You sold our rights so that you can be able to live. But today, it is touching everybody. The worst thing that you evil men did is to touch Martin and the Kanu. And until you people converge again and discuss how to release him from DSS dungeon, the land of Biafra will remain hot for each and every one of you. You will never have peace in our land. You will never have joy. You will never have rest. Your ancestral land has rejected you. And the only thing that will save you is when you do the right thing. Try to right the wrong by going to release Martin and the Kanu. We know you people have the capacity to do that. If you don't have the capacity to do that, we wouldn't ask. We know you people are the reason why he is there. You kept him there. You are coming out in public to tell us that you don't know, but you are the people who is keeping Martin and the Kanu behind bars. You don't want Martin and the Kanu to be released. If you want Martin and the Kanu to be released, which we know you have the capacity to do so. You have the capacity to tell Nigerian government and to stand by it. Nigerian government, we have no choice other than to release Martin, because you know what? Martin and the Kanu did not do anything. If Martin and the Kanu did anything, that is when you will say, no, I cannot support wrong things. But in this aspect, Martin and the Kanu is not guilty of any crime. So what are you afraid of? Why are you afraid to ask for the release of your own son, whom we are thrown in jail wrongly? Why? That is why I said you have the capacity to do that. Until then, we shall continue to see you and your Ohaneze stooges as an enemy of the Biafran people. We know what you did, and we are capitalizing on it. And today, every one of you is running helter-skelter. There is no peace for the wicked. So I continue to call for his release. We use this page, IPOB Western Cape Media, to call for the release of Martin and the Kanu. We shall continue to do so. We shall continue to do so because it is the right thing to do. We are not afraid to do so. We are not afraid to call for his release. We shall continue to do so, irrespective of what they are thinking of or what they are going to do to us. We are not afraid of anything. So, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the right thing to do now is to free Martin and the Kanu unconditionally. It does not take you anything. Only to pick your phone and put call through to the DSS. And the next thing is Martin and the Kanu walking free. That is the only time that we know you are indeed a Democrat. And finally, fellow Biafrans, I want to tell those men in DOS that we know you people have fallen completely. We know that you people are no more involved or amongst what we are doing. We understood that you people has somehow sold out. We know. By your actions, we have concluded that you people has fallen aside. And remember, IPOB and Biafran struggle is like a moving train. It does not have brake. We continue to move. If you fall, we crush you. Let me tell you something. Your antics cannot stop us. You can apologize to Nigeria for all I care. You can sympathize with Nigeria for all I care. But as long as Nigeria continue to kill our people, as long as these security men, those terrorist men, continue to rape, kidnap, and disappear our people, the land of Biafra will continue to swallow them. We have no apologies. No apologies. They shall continue to die in their droves. They shall continue to perish. They shall continue to, their blood shall continue to be used to appease the land, because they have desecrated the land of Biafra by shedding the blood of the innocents. So if you are a DOS member and you are a pro-Nigeria, good luck. But I want you to step aside. You occupied a space in this struggle. Step aside so that those who want to work, those who want to serve Biafran people in truth, not agents, so that they could come in. And you go and continue to sympathize with your zoo terrorists. So I am going to end this program at this point. And I thank you, fellow Biafrans, for listening to me this evening. As I always say, if you are joining the program, you share it and you like it. I want you to know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to come out very, 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 very soon. Yes. You know, when I said it with all confidence. As it is now, the chain that is holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has fallen off. The gates are open in the spirit. The only thing that is left is for his body to come out of that place. So very soon we are going to welcome him back to our midst. Tinubu does not have say over this. What I'm saying now, I'm not saying it because Tinubu have authority to do. No. Tinubu is not the one who is going to do it, but Chukwuokike Abiama is going to use him to do it. I know he's not willing to do so, but he must. So very soon he's joining us. So if you are IPOB member and you are still standing, I want you to stand strong. Very soon we are going to celebrate. Very soon we are going to welcome our leader. But if you fall today and tomorrow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released, it will be difficult for you to come back into the fold. Do not be enticed by the DOS disobedience and insubordination. Those men has fallen. All they are looking for is who to fall with them. So don't fall with them. Stand your ground. Stand strong. Onyendu is about to join us. And you will be so glad and proud of yourself that you stand on your feet until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out. Continue to pay your dues. Continue to support the ESN. Continue to support those who are fighting for the restoration of our nation, irrespective of who the person is. Support him. So I thank you, fellow Biafrans, for your time this evening.